Breaking news that's sending shockwaves through the retirement community. The Social Security Administration has just dropped a bombshell announcement that could put an extra $2,700 in some retirees' pockets this September. But here's the catch: not everyone will qualify for this substantial payment. If you're a senior or planning for retirement, you'll want to stay tuned because this information could be crucial for your financial future. Before we dive deep into this game-changing announcement, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with the latest Social Security news and retirement strategies that could boost your monthly benefits. Today, we're going to uncover every detail about this new $2,700 payment that's got everyone talking. You might be wondering, why is this payment so special? Or do I qualify for this boost? Well, I'm going to break down everything you need to know, including the specific requirements that most seniors might miss. Let's start with the basics. This newly announced payment comes as part of the Social Security Administration's ongoing efforts to address the rising cost of living and provide additional support to those retirees who are facing the most significant financial challenges. But here's what makes this particular payment different from the regular cost of living adjustments we've seen in the past. The $2,700 payment is actually a targeted relief measure, designed specifically for retirees who meet certain criteria that the SSA has established. Now, you might be thinking, why aren't all seniors eligible for this payment? That's a great question, and the answer lies in the specific requirements that the SSA has put in place to ensure the money reaches those who need it most. First and foremost, this payment is primarily aimed at retirees who have contributed to Social Security for at least 30 years and have maintained a specific earnings threshold throughout their working years. But that's just the beginning. The SSA has implemented additional qualifying factors that make this payment rather exclusive. One of the key requirements is that eligible retirees must have earned below a certain income threshold in their retirement years. This means if you're still working part-time or have significant investment income, you might not qualify for this payment. The SSA has set this income ceiling to ensure that the extra funds go to retirees who are truly struggling with their monthly expenses. Another crucial factor is the age requirement. While many might assume this payment is available to anyone who's reached retirement age, the truth is more complex. The SSA has specifically targeted this payment toward retirees who are 70 years or older, with some exceptions for those who meet certain disability criteria or have dependent children. But here's where things get really interesting. The SSA has also included provisions for surviving spouses and dependent children of eligible retirees. This means that even if you don't qualify directly, you might still be eligible for a portion of this payment if you're receiving benefits based on a deceased spouse's work record. Now, let's talk about the timing of this payment. While the announcement mentions September, it's important to understand that this isn't a one-size-fits-all distribution. The SSA will be rolling out these payments in phases, based on various factors including birth dates and Social Security numbers. This systematic approach helps prevent system overload and ensures smooth processing of these substantial payments. You might be wondering, how does this payment affect my regular Social Security benefits? This is a crucial question that many retirees are asking. The good news is that this $2,700 payment is completely separate from your regular monthly benefits. It won't affect your standard payment amount or any future cost of living adjustments you might receive. However, there's something important you need to know about the tax implications of this payment. While the SSA has designed this as a special payment, it still counts as income for tax purposes. This means you'll need to consider how this additional $2,700 might affect your tax bracket and overall tax liability for the year. Let's delve deeper into why most seniors won't qualify for this payment. The SSA estimates that only about 15% of current Social Security recipients will meet all the necessary criteria. This relatively low percentage has raised some eyebrows and led to discussions about whether the requirements are too stringent. One of the most overlooked aspects of this payment is the application process. Unlike regular Social Security benefits, this special payment isn't automatically granted to those who qualify. You need to take specific steps to apply, and the application window is relatively short. This means even if you meet all the criteria, you could miss out if you don't submit your application in time. The application process itself requires specific documentation to prove your eligibility. This includes proof of income, age verification, and documentation of your work history. The SSA has streamlined this process somewhat, but it's still crucial to ensure you have all the necessary paperwork in order before applying. Another important aspect to consider is how this payment might affect other benefits you're receiving. For example, if you're receiving supplemental security income, SSI, or Medicaid, this additional payment could temporarily affect your eligibility for these programs. It's essential to understand these implications before accepting the payment. But what if you don't qualify for this particular payment? Don't worry, there are still several ways to maximize your Social Security benefits. This might be a good time to review your benefit strategy and explore other options available to you. For instance, did you know there are several lesser-known Social Security benefits that many retirees never claim simply because they don't know about them? Speaking of maximizing benefits, let's talk about some strategies you can implement regardless of whether you qualify for this special payment. These include timing your benefit claims strategically, understanding how working in retirement affects your benefits, and exploring spousal benefit options that might be available to you. One question many viewers have been asking is whether this payment will become a regular occurrence. While the SSA hasn't made any definitive statements about future similar payments, they have indicated that they're continuously evaluating ways to provide additional support to retirees who need it most. It's also worth noting that this payment comes at a time when many retirees are facing increased financial pressure due to rising inflation and healthcare costs. While $2,700 might not solve all financial challenges, it can provide significant relief for those who qualify. This raises an important question about the adequacy of current Social Security benefits and whether more such targeted payments might be necessary in the future. For those who do qualify, it's important to have a plan for how to use this payment effectively. While it might be tempting to use it for immediate expenses or luxuries, consider how this money could be best utilized to improve your long-term financial security. This might include paying off high-interest debt, creating an emergency fund, or investing in necessary home modifications that could help you age in place more safely. The announcement of this payment has also sparked important discussions about the future of Social Security and retirement security in general. As life expectancy increases and the cost of living continues to rise, how can we ensure that seniors have adequate financial resources in their retirement years? This payment might be seen as a step in addressing these broader concerns, but it also highlights the need for more comprehensive solutions. Here's something else to consider. This payment announcement comes with some additional changes to Social Security policies that might affect you even if you don't qualify for the $2,700. These changes include updates to certain reporting requirements and modifications to how some benefits are calculated. Staying informed about these changes is crucial for managing your retirement benefits effectively. Before we wrap up this discussion, let's address some common misconceptions about this payment. Some people believe this is a scam or a hoax, given the number of Social Security scams that target seniors. However, this is a legitimate payment announced by the SSA. Just remember that the SSA will never contact you by phone or email to request personal information or payment to process this benefit. If you're wondering about the application process, the SSA has set up specific channels for submitting applications and checking eligibility. However, due to the expected high volume of inquiries, they recommend using their online portal rather than visiting local offices or calling their helpline. This brings up another important point: be sure to protect your personal information when applying and be wary of any third-party services offering to help you claim this payment for a fee.